the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Kicking team.
So they'll go. Accept the penalty.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun. Grimm. He finds his man. Complete. It's Lane. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Grimm. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd down and 6.
Operating from the gun. Grimm. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
The Black Knights offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's had an early impact on the game. Sensational so far. And they'll likely be looking to find more ways to get him involved.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead. And they'll move it up to the 40. And that flag accepted.
Automatic 1st down.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Here we go, set.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Operating from the gun. Grimm. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Micah Parsons in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 32 yards.
And the Eagles are back within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to go up top again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out right at the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a play fake here on first down.
And this one too low.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's going right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Over the middle, complete. That's Lane. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Grimm. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Second and 2. Touchdown! A great effort there. Already his second. Here in this opening weekend.
And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now 17-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
The offense back out again, and there's the burner, Anthony Schwartz.
He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
From the 29, here's the second down and 4.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Flushed out right, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They're going to try and throw.
That is caught.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
No, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
They'll try and throw for it here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to take possession of the football. The 15 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Following the fumble recovery, Grimm. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Grimm. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The offense back out again, and there's the burner, Anthony Schwartz.
He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. 2nd quarter down on the scoreboard, and you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly they'll be looking to get him even more in the mix this go-around.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Black Knights are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Grimm got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Ready? Set, go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
That went out wide and intercepted. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Let's go. 19 tight. 19, cut 19. Go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Evan Ingram, as time expires in the first half. And the Black Knights will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where it looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Black Knights offense and their quarterback headed out for the... Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. On third down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
They'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught at the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz,
74 yards.
And the Black Knights are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. And they'll accept that.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Brown the motion man right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
A first down carry for Barkley.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Looking to throw. Grimm. Over the middle here to Brown.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Black Knights offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
2nd and long.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Looking to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got him in, complete.
Now he's into the clear again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz.
88 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Grimm. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Operating from the gun. Grimm.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Up the middle with Barkley.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6.
He's going to try and take off with it.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter.
Ready.
2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Evan Ingram. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Black Knights are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Grimm, he's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Philly. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
2nd down and 8.
They'll run it again with Barkley. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while,
touchdown, Eagles! From 6 yards away.
And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. He'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. Though if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
He finds Wilson.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Operating from the gun, Grimm. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under.
And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And they can't bring him down. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
The offense back out again, and there's the burner, Anthony Schwartz.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
He wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
He's going to try and go deep again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And this one is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. Now the Eagles defense able to hold. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Grimm. Over the middle, complete. That's Lane. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Let's go.
Back to throw again. And now another one thrown incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll run with Barkley, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Eluding the pressure right. Here's one deep for Pickens. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Grimm. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. It got his man complete. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Black Knights are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that will bump the lead up to 26. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said,
and he's going to be intercepted a third time. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Houston's offense taking over again. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
That's going to be caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play there for Philly. And even 50 yards.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Houston, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis.
Hey, yo.